Good evening, guys. Good evening, all of you. You able to hear me, everyone?
Hi, Revan.
Yes,
Very
good
good.
evening, sir.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, fine.
Hi,
So,
Revan.
yeah, hi. So in today's class, we'll be discussing some general concepts. I mean, these options which I'm about to say. These options are not new for you, but when asked in the interview, in a mixed scenarios, right? Then you will get confused. So now that you are well aware of these options, whatever I'm about to say, like key pairs, security groups, connecting to the servers, in that only I'm going to ask it a bit tricky question, right? So let's try to first answer that, and then I will show you practically so that you will get full clarity about this. So first, I'll be launching Windows EC2 with, of course, if you have to launch an instance, you need to have a security group and a key pair, right? So let's say common key. I'll just give the name as common, okay? Same security group also, I will just name it as common security group. Next, I want to launch Linux EC2 with same key pair and same security group. Same key pair, same security group. Now the first question, is this possible or not?
Yes, this is possible.
Okay. Anyone? Others? Which is not possible.
I think the key pairs values are different, right? So not possible for Windows and Linux.
Yeah, it's APK in Linux and in Windows.
Okay, fine. So yeah,
We can use the same security group, but we need to add the both inbound and outbound rule, like SSH and RDP.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's why I asked you whether it's possible or not. I did not ask you whether it will work or not. Okay. So whatever the answer you said, that is for the question whether it will work or not. For that, that's the answer. Straight away it won't work. Like you said, yeah, we need to add a port so that it will work for the other instance also. Anyways, let's go ahead and see. We will do practicals, then we'll come and discuss about these points. So after this practicals, we are going to get clarified with multiple things here. First, let me list out them here. Multiple security groups can be attached to a single instance or not. These things. So now that we have known that how to launch an instance, I'm not going to waste much time in launching an instance. Now it's just a matter of 1 minute. Sign into the console. And before that, if you observe from the beginning of the class, from the first class, when we started practicals, where we are launching the servers and we are practicing all these days, we are practicing in Mumbai region. Why I am practicing in Mumbai? Can't you launch whatever we have practiced all these days? Can't you do in another regions, US or Europe or Canada? Can we do or not? I mean, can you launch and when can you practice or not? Whatever we have done all these days in Mumbai region.
Yes, we can, but the shortest distance is Mumbai. That is the reason I hope we are using.
Okay, so what happens if it's a shortest distance?
चलने दो, आ रही तुम्हारी तरफ हवा नहीं आ रही हो?
Guys, just be on
हाँ,
mute.
बंद कर दो.
Who is this? Prasannajit.
Sorry.
nearest location when we
Yes, correct. Okay. So
I
here I
think
want you,
The
latency.
matter
correct,
about
correct.
bandwidth.
I want you to explain a technical word called latency. Who are already in IT, maybe, yeah, you know this word, but who are new to this IT and who have never heard this word latency. It's a technical word. In general, what do you mean by latency in our day-to-day life? It's nothing but being late, delay. The same word in the language of IT, we call it as latency. That means running late, being delayed like that. Now, what is my question? Why were we launching in Mumbai only all these days? Why can't I launch in US or why can't I launch in Canada? It's not that you cannot launch, you can launch. Let's say if I want, I can launch in Canada region also. But where are we? We are in India, right? Like
Mumbai is a
Hyderabad
nearest location to
or
us.
Mumbai, or some of you are in Chennai, some of you are in Delhi, some of you are in Jaipur. So we all are in India. So from India, geographically speaking, which is near for you? Mumbai is near for you or Canada is near for you?
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Next. Just because Mumbai is near, you're launching? Yes, that is the answer. But what is the technical reason? Technical reason is, so if I have launched a server, if I launched an instance in Mumbai region, and when I try to connect to that, sitting in my sitting in my home in Chennai or Hyderabad or Delhi, when I try to connect to this EC2 instance, right? And when I want to receive response from this, maybe it might take 5 seconds. My traffic going and coming back, that might take 5 seconds. But the same instance, if I launched in Canada region, you can launch, but for going the traffic to connect to that instance in Canada data center and receiving back response from the same instance from the Canada data center, maybe it might take 10 seconds. Not much difference will be there, hardly 5 to 10 seconds, nothing more than that. So what is happening here? Yes, you are getting a bit delay. There is a bit latency. That's the reason. That's the technical reason why the as a part of best practice. So in IT, we always want to avoid latency. Right? So we always try to give best performance, fastest response to the customer. So whenever customers type facebook.com, google.com, you don't want them to make extra 10 seconds or extra 20 seconds. You should design your software, you should design your product such a way it should give the fastest response time to the customers, right? That's the reason why we are practicing in, I mean, at least most of you are in India. That's why I have taken example as Mumbai, right? It's not that you cannot launch, you can launch, but like I said, yes, there will be a bit latency. That's the only technical reason. Okay, now let's go ahead and launch an instance. First is Windows, and these are the key pairs, right? Let's remove this also because I want to prove you today. Can we use the same key pair? Can we use the same security group to different instances? That is what we are going to prove. So let me delete whatever we are having. Launch instance. First one is, yeah, Windows EC2. Just go to the free tier. Yeah, 2022 free tier. And next, yeah, t2.micro, that is fine. Key pair, like I said, I will just give name as common. Okay. Common hyphen key. And again, I'm downloading in PEM format only. Okay, I'm downloading PEM format. And then networking security groups. Just give the name as common security group. Okay, common security group. And of course, since you have selected the AMI, your operating system as Windows, by default, automatically RDP port will be open 3389. And this is optional, guys. There is a description. So generally, in the companies, whenever you create a security group, maybe as per your project requirement, you need to open multiple ports. Maybe you have installed 10 softwares. So you need to open 10 ports related to that particular softwares. So what we do generally, if there are many ports we are opening, just for our understanding or for other people understanding, whoever sees that security group, we'll just give a description. I mean, why we are opening 3389 port, just like a description. It's not compulsory, that's why it's just an optional. So what I will write here, I will just say Windows operating system port. So that what happens, even though if some technical person, non-technical person if see this, they at least if they don't know what is this 3389, what is this RDP, if they study this, they might understand. Okay, this 3389 is a Windows operating system port. Like that here, how many ports you want, you can keep on adding here. You see, one more port, like that. There is no limit for that. You can open as many number of ports as you want as per your project requirement. And yeah, of course, C drive is 30 GB, so leave it and say launch instance. Let it get launched and let it get into running state. Meanwhile, I will launch Linux also quickly. Launch Linux EC2. Browse AMIs. Just go for the free tier. Next. T2.micro. Yeah, this is the free tier. And yeah, here what I'm saying, we want to use the same key pair, same security group. And my first question was, is it possible or not? See, I'm attaching the same key pair, common key, and security group. Select existing security group. And I'm attaching the same security group. You see, common security group. And of course, by default 8 GB, so leave it. Launch instance. So what's the first answer? Is it possible or not? Answer is yes, it is possible. Whether it will work or not, that is secondary. It is possible. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see connection. So how to connect to Windows? Actions, connect, RDP, upload the PEM key and convert it into the password format. Like I said, this is a shortcut thing, or else you can search for RDC, your wish, whatever you like, can do that. Backspace, copy, paste, username, paste, connect, copy the password, paste. Okay. Yes. Guys, I already showed you in the last 3 classes how to launch an instance and connecting. That's why I'm going a bit fast here. Okay. Because this is nothing new for you. We need to focus and spend more time on the new things, not keep on repeating the same things again and again. Yeah, we are not doing anything. I just wanted to show you we can launch and we can connect or not. So once it is connected, I will immediately close this and then we'll see connecting to the Linux instance. Okay.
Hi, Revan. Can we use in real time Linux or Windows?
Have you attended yesterday's class?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said yesterday, we most of the time 90% will be using Linux instances. Only 10% will be using Windows.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because Linux are robust, they are fast, and usually all the web servers, application servers, even the database servers, everything they will be configured in Linux servers. Windows servers we will just use for installing some just softwares, just for internal purpose within the project internal purposes. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were able to launch it and we were able to connect. So I'm just disconnecting it and I will shut down also because I exceeded the free tier here, ABS volume. So terminate. Now let's go ahead and try to connect to Linux. So what do you need to connect to Linux? Again, select the instance, actions, connect, SSH, username at the rate of DNS. Copy it. And where do we need to enter, in which software? If you want to connect to a Windows system to a Linux system, what is the software we use? Putty. So being a cloud engineer, you should know that. Okay, no one will help you with that. We already downloaded that software. It is already there in our laptops. So I'll simply search here and I will open it. Username at the rate of your IP address or your DNS name, and then SSH, authentication, credentials, browse. Yeah. So now what is the format of key pair usually we should enter here? If you want to convert from, connect
PPK.
from Windows to Linux instance, what is the format of key pair? Is it PEM? Is it password? Or is it PPK?
PPK.
It is PPK. But you are having key pair. You are having key pair. But in which format are we having it? We are having it in
M.
PEM.
M file.
But we want PPK. So how are you going to get that? Now you see, now I got stuck here. I can't connect it. I can't use this. If I give this, it will throw error. If I give PEM, do open, it won't connect. See, it will say error in 10 seconds.
Convert the file from PEM.
Right. So what is our requirement here? First thing here, I have written one question. You have PEM, you have key pair, but that is in PEM format. But you want in which format? You want in PPK. So my question is, how do you convert PEM to PPK? In the previous classes, what happened? How did we got PPK in the previous classes? While we are whenever you're creating a key pair, they're only downloaded as PPK. So that's why you never got this doubt. You never faced this issue. But tomorrow, sometimes in the companies, some people might give you only PEM because they expect, because you're a cloud engineer, they expect you should have known how to convert PEM to PPK. Of course, there is a way. That's why I'm explaining in today's class. So now let's go ahead and see. You see, you got error. You're not able to connect with a PEM. Of course, the format is wrong, right? Now let me close this. For that, there is a software called PuttyGen. PuttyGen download. Same, you can download from the same website, which from where you download the Putty software. In the same website, you see, chiark.greenend.org.uk. If you remember, in the first class, we have downloaded its software, putty.exe. In the same row, if you go down completely to the bottom, here you see PuttyGen, puttygen.exe. Just select it. Again, this is also very lightweight software. You see, just 950 KB. That's it. Close it. Close it. Now here I want to show you them side by side. Putty. Yeah, you see here. There are two softwares here, you see guys. Putty, PuttyGen. I usually used to get very confused in my first, when I started my career. I always used to get confused between these two, because you see name also almost similar. Putty, PuttyGen. I know there are two softwares, but I always used to get confused which one is which one. But here it's a very blind rule, guys. Just by seeing the symbol, you can get to know. You see, in Putty, what is the symbol you're having? Two computers. So what is the meaning of that? Why do we use Putty softwares? For
making
connecting two computers. You see, very, very blind rule and very, very easy rule. Even though you get confused anytime, just see the logo. Just by seeing the logo, you will get the answer. Putty software is for connecting two computers, whether it's a Windows to Linux. Of course, we know that we use Putty for connecting Windows to Linux. So Putty software is used for connecting to computers. Automatically, the next one you won't get any confused. What is there here? You see there is a symbol of key. So why do we use PuttyGen software? PuttyGen software is used to convert key pair format. So if you have a key pair in PEM format, and if you want to convert that into PPK, for that we use which software we use? Putigen. Okay. Simple. So now what we will do? It is there in my downloads folder, right? Just double click that, double click. Only 2 steps, nothing to get confused, only 2 steps. First one, load. That means you need to upload your PEM file. And once you have uploaded, this option will get active. Then you will convert this one. You will convert this into PPK and you will save it as PPK. Only 2 steps. So what I will do now, first upload PEM key, load. Go to the downloads folder. Where is your PEM? My PEM file is in the downloads folder, but you cannot see here. Why? Because here you see, here it is searching for PPK file. So change that to all files. Then you will see PEM. Select, open. Okay. Now second step, like I said, save private key. Now we are saving it to PPK. Save. Yes, I want to save it. Here, the common mistake usually students do is they will give the name of the file. They will give common hyphen key and they will only type .ppk. Don't do that mistake. Okay, don't do that. Don't give the format. You just give the name of the file. You see, I just give the name of the file common hyphen key and just simply press save. That's it. Close. You see, have you converted or not? What is this? Now this is ppk format which we downloaded. That is PEM format. And how did we convert it PEM to PPK using which software? Using Putigen. Because these things, it will happen. Just recently also, some other team, they lost their key pair. In my project, what happened last week? Some lady has lost her key pair because she got a new laptop from the admin team. Now she was saying because she don't know what is all this PEM PPK also she don't know. She was simply created a ticket for me and she said, I lost my password or key. I want a new one. But I only have one key long back I received in my email. And what is that? It's a PEM key. But what happened? She just from last 1 year, 2 years, it is already saved in her putty. It is already saved in her putty software that PPK has already saved it. So she don't know what is PEM, what is PPK. She's just using it simply from last 2 years. Even though she have PEM in her own laptop, she is coming for my help because she don't know how to convert PEM to PPK. Of course, she can do that because she is in some very high position. She is not a technical person, so she can ask me. But being a cloud engineer, right? If we do such mistakes, it doesn't look good. Okay. Yeah, PPK means putty private key. PPK abbreviation is putty private key. If you want to just simply place the cursor on that file, it will give you that abbreviation. What is this? Yeah, you see, it did not give PPK. Just leave it. Now that you have PPK, you know how to connect it, right? Just go to Linux, actions, connect, username @ DNS, Control C, open Putty software. For connecting 2 machines, Windows to Linux, we use Putty software. So sorry, I opened Puttigen. Yeah, username @ SSH, authentication, credentials. Yeah, now you see we have PPK file. PPK, open, open. Will be will we will be able to connect now or not? Still.
We haven't opened the port, I think.
Okay, others. Yeah, understood your answer. Others. We will be able to connect or not?
No,
Why?
I think we didn't add the SSH port in that group.
Okay, correct. So how do you debug that, guys? Right, debug again. Yeah, some of you know, like I said, but some others you don't know. Debug. What do you mean by debug? So whenever you're working on any task, if you got stuck somewhere, that means you're not able to proceed, or you got some error. So what do? You have to search in the Google, or you have to search the official documentation which is already there in your project. So somehow you have to rectify that error, and somehow you have to proceed that. So that process we call it as debugging process. Same thing tomorrow once you join in the company also. Brahma Somepalli, just be on mute. Okay. Tomorrow once you join in the company also, whenever they give you some task, they give you some time, right? 1 day or 2 days or 1 week, depending upon the complexity of task. So during that time, you will be keep on experimenting it. Straight away you won't get the answers. You will get errors. You will get stuck somewhere. So you need to ask your senior engineers, or you need to check your official documentation, or you need to search in the Google. Whatever you do something, but you have to get it done. That's why they're paying you salaries, right? So how your thought process, because debugging means yes, you are able to find you are trying to find a solution, but how you should start it. The first step of debugging process always starts with by observing the error. You should know what is the error. So here you see, whenever, usually in every batch, whenever students get this type of error, immediately they will message me, I am not able to connect, I am getting error. And when I ask them what is the error, they say no, some error. Of course I know that is error, but which error is that? They are unable to say. Why? Because you don't have patience of studying what the error is also here properly. See, it's a very small thing and you are not able to find out that it's a network error. So network error, connection timed out. Now, so where you will start searching for the answer, where it might be, the always answer will be lying in the error itself. Half of the answer or half of your clue will be lying in your error itself. So here you see the clue word is network. So whatever the error you are facing here, it is related to networking, because you are able to launch the server, you're having PPK, you're having all the details, but where you got stuck only while connecting. So when you got stuck at connecting means it is error at network level. So now where do you start looking at? Network means where you get network in the process of launching an instance. See, when you're launching instance, there are so many steps. So now I don't waste time in all the places, whether it is a here error or here error. Straight away I will go to the network. So what is the only option we have used in today's class in network? In networking also there are many options. Again, you see, there are many options, but which option we used only till now? We used only security group. So what I will do straight away, I will go and check the security group of that particular instance which I am able to not connect. So select the instance, go to the security, open that security group, then you should be able to find at least something. Yeah. So now what we have observed, you are trying to connect to a Linux instance. And what is the universal port of a Linux instance? SSH. Is it opened here? No. So you found out your answer. What is the reason for your network error? Add rule SSH. Anywhere. So you see, this was the description I have given. Like I said, if you want, you can give. If you don't want, you don't give. So this is for Linux OS port. Save rules. Now let's try to connect. Actions, connect, username at the rate of DNS, Control C. Now open putty. Paste it. SSH, authentication, credentials, browse, PPK, open, accept. Of course, now we will be able to connect. See, sudo su. All commands will work. All the Linux commands will be working. So now, yeah. So what's the second question? Whether it will work or not means, yes, straight away the answer is no. But yes, it will work. How? We have done some modifications. What we have done, we have added SSH port. So it was working. So now the question is, so what happens actually in the companies? So whenever you launch instances, every time should you launch a new key pair? Every time should you create a security group? No, guys. Let's say in your project there are 100 EC2 instances, we will use the same key pair for all the 100 EC2 instances, whether it's a Ubuntu, whether it's a Linux, whether it's a Windows, it doesn't matter. Why? Because key pair is not a software related issue, it's just a hardware. You can attach one key pair to any number of instances and any OS of instance. Same thing in companies also. Every time you launch, you don't have a key pair, because in my project we are having 800 servers. Do you think I have 800 key pairs? No, I have only one key pair for all the missions. Only if you are launching some other instances, maybe for your practice purpose, maybe for temporary purposes, then only we will launch separately with another key pair, or else mostly 90% we will use same key pair for all the instances. But what about the security group? Will we use same security group for all the instances? No, it is purely technical, because security group is something very technical and it is related to software issues, right? Because you see, for Windows the port number is different, for Linux the port number is different. Here I have installed a software called Jenkins. If a Jenkins has to run, its port number is 8080. Here I installed a database software called MySQL. The port number of MySQL is 3306. So here my requirement is different, right? If I use the same security group for both the instances, I won't be able to connect to Jenkins here, or I won't be able to connect to MySQL here. So here the answer is yes. You can have a same key pair for all the instances because it is not software related, it is hardware related. But whereas you you cannot say you will use the same security group for all the instances. It depends upon your requirement. It depends upon which ports you have to use for which missions. Let's say my manager told me in this mission you open the ports 3389 and 8080. In this mission you need to open ports 22 and 3306. So now what you see, straight away the requirement is different. These are two different ports, these are two different ports. So you might say, okay Revant, in the single security group only, here only I will open all the four ports, all the four ports. Yes, you can do that, but if the condition is given, that in this mission don't open 22 port, don't open 3306 port, what will you do then? Like
You
I
need to
said, in the
create
same
four.
security group you can open as many number of ports you want. Yeah, you can do that, but sometimes there will be restrictions. They will say, I don't want 22 port 3306 open in this mission because it will be compromised. Maybe hackers will hack through these ports, they will say. So in that scenario, what you need to, I need to have different security groups. So this will be something one, this will be two. Here I will open 22 and 3306. Here I will open 3389 and 8080. So that brings us to the second question. Can you attach one security group to multiple instances that I already showed you just now? Answer is yes or not. Have we seen it practically or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Answer
yes.
is yes. That brings us to the next
Reva,
question.
what is the best practice to select the security group? That
Yes.
do we
Now I'm
need
going to show
to
you.
select the different security group?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. So now you see Linux instance is there, and if you go to security groups, there is one security group in which 3389 and 22 is there. And let me create one more security group. Go to security groups, create security group. I'll say give the name something, let's say Windows and Jenkins. Just the name of the security group I'm giving like that, just for our understanding. Security group. If you want to give any description, you can give, or else you can just copy and paste the same thing. Add all. So which ports I will open? One is RDP. I will open RDP and I will open what is that? Is it Jenkins, right? 8080. So here nothing will be there. So just give 8080. So this is for Jenkins software, and this is for Windows OS port. Fine. I will explain this later. What is this tags? I'm just giving the naming purpose. Create security group. So now we have seen something new. Security groups is not only created while launching the instance. You can create security group separately also, because today is the first time I am showing you only how to create security group separately. All these days, how did you create a security group? Only while launching instance we have created. So some of you might be having doubt. Can we create security group only while launching instance? Can't we create separately? Yes, we can create separately. Just now I showed you, right? You can create only security group. So now, if you see, go to the security groups, there are three security groups. One is common, just which we were using before. And of course, default, like I said, we will discuss later. And just now I have created Windows and Jenkins security group. Out of this, only this is the only security groups which is attached to the Linux instance. Now first thing I want to show you is, can you attach multiple security groups to a single instance or not? Answer is yes. I will show. Now if you go to Linux, there is only one security group, right? You see only one security group. If you want to attach another security group also, go to actions, security, change security groups. Here you can search. When you don't need to search it, just select it. Automatically it will show all the security groups in that particular region. Okay, I want to add this also. And not only simply selecting, usually students will mistaken. Just because you selected it did not get attached. You need to click this option. You see, add security group. You need to select that also. Then it will, yeah, now you see it got added along with existing common security group. Now save. So now you see, you select the EC2 instance, security. How many security groups are there for this EC2 instance? How many security groups are attached?
Two.
Two. And how many ports are, and what is the meaning of that? How many ports are open for this EC2 instance? Three. Why? Here you can see in common security group, which ports we have opened? We have opened 3389 and 22.
22.
In Windows security group, we have opened 3389 and 8080. That's why you see here, if you observe carefully, they are saying you have opened 3389 in both the ports. That's why you see both two IDs. Two IDs means in both the security groups you open. That's why it said two IDs. But whereas 8080 you have opened in security group, you see FF 4F. This one. I mean, this is different. This is the different. This is different. Don't get confused. And this is from another security group 22, like that. And here there is no precedence case. First 22 will, first 80, nothing like that. Security group, all will be applicable at the same time. So your second question, all these points are clarified here first. See? How to convert PEM to PPK? One security group can be attached to multiple instances. Yes. Can you attach multiple security groups to single instance? Answer is yes. Now, like someone asked me, how can we decide? Okay, now you explained as options, that is clear. But from technical perspective in the companies, how can we decide when should we attach multiple security groups, when we should not attach multiple security groups? So for that, I need to launch one more instance. Then you will understand. Let me launch Linux 2. X2 instance. Browse AMIs. Oh, Linux is here only, right? Amazon Linux, free tier. T2.micro, same key pair. Existing security group, let's say. Common. Launch instance. I will remove this. You'll get confused again here. Sometimes I told you, right? Whenever you are working at the instances, you might get confused here. You see, it is terminated, but it will still there be for 1 hour or 2 hours, and after that it will be gone automatically. And if you don't want to see such missions which are in stop state, which are intermittent, you can always filter it here. Here, you click, you see instance state equals to. So you want to see which type of instances. I want to see only missions which are running state. So what I will do, running. Then you see, then it will be gone. So there are many filters. You can just play with that as per your requirement. Let's say this is the next one, Jenkins. Next to MySQL. So now if you observe carefully, both are Linux instances only. Both are Linux instances. So obviously, in both the instances, which port should be open? SSH should be open here. SSH should be open here. So till here, yes, I can use the same security group for both of them. But later, apart from this SSH, I want to open one more port called 8080, but only here, right? And I want to open one more port 3306 that is only for Linux 2. So now what happens? That brings us. So now go to the security groups. So this is your common security group. If you want, you can just rename it. The same you can give here. The same, whatever the name I am giving here, I'm just typing it here again. So what are the common security group? Common, I will just keep SSH, only SSH, because for both the missions, I want to attach it to both the missions. So it is there. So I will open in next tab so that you won't get confused. You see guys, for Linux 1, I open common security group in, okay, first let me remove it because you will get confused. Security group, change security groups. I'm just detaching, not deleting, detaching one security group from here. Okay. Yeah, Linux 1, what is the security group attached to it? Security. Only one security group is attached. And what is the port open? 22. Okay, fine. Linux 22. Next. Linux 2 instance, security group. Only one security group is attached. Same, that also same security group, 22. So what happened here? Same security group I attached to both the instances and only one port is opened in that. Okay, no problem. Nothing. Now, in first mission, I want to open a port called 8080. Only 8080, nothing else. And in the second mission, second Linux 2, I want to open port called 3306. Only 3306 again, other than 22. So now what will you do? Will you make changes to the same security group? Can you make changes to the same security group, this common security group now?
Yeah, we can use it in both instances, right? One security group, multiple instances.
I mean, what will you do now?
We need to attach one more security group.
Correct. Already 2020 is there, that's fine. And same security group. These both are same security. Let's say security group 1. Now, here I want to open port 8080. And here I want to open port 3306. Now my question is, will you make changes to this first security group by adding this? Will it
Actually, I'm
satisfy the
little bit
condition? If you want, you can change. I am not saying you cannot change, but will it satisfy the condition?
Yes.
What will happen if you add
No.
both the ports here? I don't want 8080 here. You see, I don't want 8080 here. I
We
don't
should not.
want
We should not.
3306 here. So this is not an option. You cannot make changes to this because what happens if I add here, it will be added to both the instances and I don't want to both. So now what you have to do here, compulsory I have to create one more security group called something security group 2. And in that I will open only 8080. Again, I will create another security group 3. And I will add only port 3306 and I will attach individually security group 2 here, security group 3 here. So this is in the real-time scenarios. So some of you might be having note when we will use multiple security groups for attaching instances. What is the real-time scenarios means these types. When you are having restrictions, in only one instance you should open port. The same port should not be open for the other instance. So in that scenarios, what we will do, we have to create different security groups and we have to attach differently. So now what I will do, go back to the security groups. I will rename this as security group 2 and I will open what is the ports open in this. I will open only Jenkins. This is only for Jenkins. One. And I will create one more security group 3. Security group 3 only for MySQL, right? You don't worry about these things. What is this MySQL? What is this 336? That we'll discuss later. This is just for here. The focus is only on security groups. MySQL. Create security group. And now you see here. Three security groups. This one I have attached to both the instances. Linux 1 I attached, Linux 2 attached. But this I will attach only to Linux 2 or 1, whatever. Linux 1, maybe Jenkins. And this I will attach only to Linux 2. Now go back to instances here. Jenkins. Currently only one security group is open. Port 22. Now I want port 8080 also. So what I will do, actions, security, change security groups. Which one? 8080 is Jenkins. This one. Yeah. Add. Save. Now if you go security, you see both the ports are attached. 22 also there, 80 also, but through different security groups. 8080 came from here, 22 came from here. Same way for the other instance, Linux 2. As of now, only one security group is attached. That is common security group where 22 is open. Now I want one more port, only 3306, no 8080. So then what I will do, actions, security, security groups, security group 3, first one, only 3306. Save. Now go to the security. Two security groups are attached. What is this? Oh, we did not attach anything or what? It did not got saved or what before? I gave also, right? Okay. Linux 2, security, two ports are there. 3306 came from security group 3. Again, 22, we already know it came from common security group. Right? So that's what. That's why we will build concepts slowly one by one. So first you don't know what is a security group. We don't know key pair. Till yesterday's class, you are aware of that. Now in today's class, you have learned some advanced options. How to use multiple, whether it's possible or not. In companies actually, in which scenarios we have to use multiple security groups. These things. Now once done, you just make sure you terminate this. And someone asked me how to launch. Here I will show you something. Ubuntu also, guys. I did not show you how to launch an Ubuntu instance. There is only one small difference. I just wanted to show you that. Rest everything is same. Launch instances. Ubuntu. Browse. Again, Ubuntu also you have free tier here. I will show you. Scroll down. Yeah, Ubuntu free tier. Select instance type. Okay, t2.micro. Key pair, same common key pair. What is the port of Ubuntu? Any guesses? If you have to connect a
22.
Ubuntu instance,
22.
SSH.
correct. Why?
It's a Linux
The flavor of
flavor.
Flavors of Unix. Simple answer is flavors of Unix. Mac, Ubuntu, Linux, Red Hat Linux, Amazon Linux, Fedora, SUSE. These all have only one port, that is SSH, because these all came from Unix only. Again, if you don't want to see all these instances, if you think you're getting confused, you can always filter it. I want to see only instances which are running. So instance state equal to only running. This is just a filter. You're not deleting it. It's just a filter. What you want to see, I am filtering that. That's it. Okay, because it is still creating. That's why it will come in again 10. Just give it 10 seconds time. Then it will come. Yeah. Ubuntu came into running state. How to connect? Same. Select the instance. Actions. Connect. Then username at the rate of DNS. Control C. Putty. Did you observe any change here in this? For whenever you're connecting to Amazon Linux, yesterday, today, we all these days we connected to Linux, but today first time we're connecting to Ubuntu. So I'm asking, did you find any difference for that and this?
username is different.
Correct.
User it was there, sir.
So this is the only difference when it comes to Amazon Linux. So by default, they might ask. I'll say they will ask, but yeah, they might ask. What is the default username of an Amazon Linux operating system is? Answer is ec2-user. What is the default username? Whenever you want to connect an Ubuntu operating system, username is Ubuntu. That's it. No, that's it. And then you'll say SSH authentication credentials. We have the PPK. Just to give the PPK. Okay. Yes, I want to connect. Accept. So now you see. Yesterday when we went inside Linux server, you see here ec2-user. But today, since you're connected to Ubuntu operating system, it is username is Ubuntu. Again, like I said, if you remember in the history of OS, what did I say? All the flavors of Unix, all the flavors of Linux. If you know how to work on any one of them, automatically you can work on the other. Only there will be small difference. Here also, if you want to become root user, see, same command. But some others will be small differences will be there that we'll discuss later. Once I start Linux class, then you'll understand automatically. I can just close this. And before I stop today's class, I just want to say one thing. So some of you are still not, you haven't arranged your laptops. You are in a process of arranging your laptops, and 90% of you haven't created your AWS account yet, right? So that's the reason why, since this is the first beginning of our course, you need to time to get settled with these things, and you need to go through these last 4 recording videos and practice them and be up to date. So the next, usually Saturday and Sunday is off, but tomorrow is also off. Monday is also holiday. Tuesday is also holiday. Our next class will be on Wednesday. Timings will be same. So our next class will be on Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. So I'm giving you off holidays this extra 3 days, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, that also only today, since this is the beginning of the course, so that you will get settled with all these things and you will practice whatever the videos we have discussed till now. And while you're practicing, if you're having any doubt, you can straight away ping me and call me in the WhatsApp so that you will get them clarified also. Or else you can ask me in the Wednesday's class, whatever you feel convenient, right? And yeah, those are not having any doubts, yeah, you can please leave the meeting and we'll meet on Wednesday. You have a nice weekend. But those are having doubts, yeah, please stay back and get your doubts clarified.
Yeah, hi, I have one doubt. So while creating that instance, I have created the key pair.
Correct.
So after the next day, the keeper got deleted. So I'm unable to connect the instance. So can we generate, restore the key pair?
No, like I said, I already told you, the key pair, whenever you're downloading, that is the first and last time you're downloading the key pair. If it is gone, it's gone. That means you're locked outside your home. So you cannot
So
get
is
inside the
it
machine.
possible to add multiple keepers in the instance like that security group we added, right?
No,
Not
security
possible.
group is different, key pair is different. Security group is an hard software, key pair is
Yeah,
a hardware.
that's what I'm asking, like the way the security group you added, right? So is it possible that multiple keeper added in that instance?
No, it's
Yeah,
not possible. That's why you should keep careful your keeper if it's gone. So what you do now for now, just terminate the EC2 instance, launch a new one and practice it. In the coming classes, it's a very important interview question. So when you lost a key pair, what will you do? How will you do that? That's an important question. But for understanding that answer, we need to discuss some concepts that we'll discuss in the coming classes. There is a way, there is a possibility, but you cannot understand that answer even though if I say now. So for now, whatever I'm saying is terminate the TC2 instance, launch a new one and practice it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Revant.
Yeah, hi.
So what we have done today is first we created the Windows and then Linux. So
Correct.
what we done is we converted PEM to PPK. What
Right.
if we done vice versa, like Linux to Windows? How we can convert PPK to PEM?
First of all, we always have a PEM. You cannot straight away get PPK. Anywhere, whenever you generate a key pair means a PEM only. PPK comes from PPK. There is no way of converting PPK to PEM. Because you cannot create PPK directly. You have, if you have to create PPK, PEM has to be there. So first comes PEM.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, any others?
Hey,
Yeah,
Revant,
Lakshmi, you don't have my number. I think you will get in the email itself. If you see the demo email which you have received or in the advertisement, you will be seeing faculty number.
Actually, I am calling from two numbers, sir. I'm chatting in two numbers in my WhatsApp, sir. So that only I'm asking which your number, sir.
You texted me already in the WhatsApp or not?
Actually, I have texted, sir. I have texted to two numbers, sir, not only one number. I don't know which number particular yours, sir.
Okay, mine I think ends with 2215 in the end.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, someone is asking doubt. Yeah, you can ask me.
yeah, Revant, Subhashish here.
Yes, Subhash.
Yeah, so two questions. The first one is, can we launch two different instances with the same key pair and security group simultaneously and attach it to the load balancer?
Yes. Security
Possible.
groups. Yeah, security groups are specific to the instances, specific to the ports which you want to open in that particular instance. So there is no confusion here. Load balancer and the only communication between load balancer and servers is only through HTTP 80 port, traffic port. That's it. So you should make sure the port 80 is open in your servers and the load balancer security group. That's it. Other than that, even though if you open 33896, it doesn't matter for the load balancer. It does not have any conflict with the load balancer.
Perfect. The second one is, I think, can we relate security group with ACLs, access control lists?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you can relate that, but
Okay.
it's not same. It's different.
Yeah,
ACL,
because here
there is an option called
use
ACL exclusively when we discuss the networking class. when I discuss the VPC, in VPC there is an
Okay.
option called not ACLs, NACLs,
Okay.
and but it's not security group, it's a part of security group. Then we will discuss that. What's the difference between NACL and security group?
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
here
for
you
now
said that.
you can
Yeah.
think that it's a ACL kind of.
Yeah, but because in ACL we do support sequencing, but here
Correct.
you said that
Right.
no sequencing. Yeah.
Right. Here in a security group, if you open port 22, 89, XYZ ports, all will take effect at the same time. There is no order in that. First this one, second this one, nothing like that. All ports will open at the same time.
Okay,
Hi,
perfect. Understood.
this is Stephen. So as you said previously, like in single group, we can't add multiple port and assign to two instance, right? So you were
No,
asking
no,
it
I
should
did
be a
not say
wrong.
that.
No, like that different ports. In instance one will be 8080.
Right.
Instance second 30 in MySQL port. So
Correct.
in that case, so what if like if I have 4 instance has been created and one security group having multiple ports, so that it's like for 3 server instance, the multiple port is needed. For only one instance, only one port is needed. Like that means, so I need to create 2 security groups, or one security group is enough to
Don't
assign.
get confused. Don't get. I already told you the concept. If you know the concept, you can play it however you want. Okay. So
Okay.
let me summarize the whatever we discussed in today's class. One security group you can attach to multiple instances. Correct. Multiple security groups you can attach to single instance. Once you have attached a security group or security groups to an instance, and while the instance is in running state only, whether instance is in stop state or running state, whatever it is, you can always detach the security group. You can always attach a security group, and whatever the security groups are already there, you can add ports inside the security group. You can delete the ports or remove the ports inside the security group. So now you know the concept. You can play with however you want.
Okay. So that's like if you're correct, I got this one.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think I'll be once I'll try to work on it, I will get
Yeah,
some
maybe you
clarifications.
practice it. Once you practice it, you'll get a clear picture. While practicing also, if you still get doubt, yeah, just ping me in the WhatsApp.
Sure, I'll let you know. Thanks. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, is it possible from the quotation PPK to PEM?
No, that's what I told you, right? There is no concept of PPK to PEM. You can first there will be PEM anywhere. From PEM only you can convert to PPK. Straight away you cannot get PPK from anywhere.
If we download the PPK from the while
Right.
creating the one instance, and we need to convert from the PEM file, so what to do?
I mean, why you want to PEM? That's why. So usually
Yes.
whenever you are downloading,
Yeah,
it's always a
suddenly,
best
like
practice to download PEM.
Yes, right away. I'm practicing when I practicing. So that time I'm downloading the PPK files, but I need a PEM file. So that time only need to we need to terminate this instance, or is there any other option?
Yeah, in that scenario, just better leave it like, because PPK usually used only for Windows to Linux things, right? These things. So again, in the coming class, you no need to worry about this PEM PPK passwords, because there is a software. Usually we are using in past few years from the companies. That is the latest software where you no need to worry about PEM, PPK, all these things. There is a one software which directly you can upload the PEM. Whether it's a Windows to Linux, Linux to Linux, Linux to Windows, you don't need to worry. That software we'll discuss in the next week.
Okay,
But
sir.
I just wanted to explain you, this is a old method in the companies, this putty, these things. Maybe sometimes if you join in the companies, you should have at least this idea. So I told you these things. But there is a latest software that we'll discuss in the next week.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, then yeah, have a nice weekend and we'll meet on Wednesday. And while you're practicing, you're having any doubts, yeah, you just reach me out in the WhatsApp.
Sir,
Yeah, you can ask me doubts still if you have anyone.
sir, after completing every practical, do you need to delete all instance or can I keep it all?
Why you want to keep it? You know how to
Okay.
launch it, right?
Yes, yes,
It's just a matter of 1 minute, right?
okay.
Yeah, because you can stop and keep it, but if it's one instance, it's okay, well and good. You don't get any bill. But by mistake, if you kept one Windows and one Linux, then you'll get bill in that scenarios.
Okay, okay. It's all about building. Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Revant, are you going to give us some notes on this? Because we are not taking anything.
Yeah, no. While you go through the recording video, while going through the recording video, just understand the concept and write in a way you will understand it. Make a notes while for this particular
Okay.
class. So
Sure,
for
sure.
some classes where it's a standard notes, I'm already sharing along with the recorded video. But for some videos where I'm exclusively explaining only the concept, while you are watching the recorded video, make notes in such a way you understand for yourself.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. Have a good night. Bye.